Hey everyone, this is Kimberly from Envision Weddings and Events, coming at you from my new video series, which I have aptly dubbed the Incredibly Authentic Videos. I definitely have made these types of videos in the past, except now I'm in kind of a structured setting. I'm, not in my car, or I'm not running down the street in downtown Toronto with my selfie and like trying to talk to you at the same time. And I have like pretty good light. I also have makeup on, which is a bonus. So like guys, like this is legit. I am by definition a wedding planner. Other names that I may go by include wedding coordinator, wedding guru, Google, event planner, wedding woman, that girl in black, the one with the headset, J-Lo, boss lady. Even at one time, I was called a military sergeant. In all fairness, I think it was actually a pretty stressful and hectic day, and I had my resting stress face on. I also have been doing this for quite some time. Yes, this past February, my little company has turned into a preteen. How did that happen? And also safe to say that I've seen a lot of stuff go down, like a lot. Wedding trends, Pinterest, and other social media, venues that have come and gone, vendors that are up and coming, vendors that have moved on. It's definitely been a wild ride. But in my 12 years of being in business, I've never seen anything like this. I've never had to postpone a wedding or cancel a wedding more than once every 18 months to 2 years maybe, and definitely not for reasons of a pandemic. Now it probably feels like there's no end in sight, and it's really hard to stay positive in this environment and hopeful. I mean, even for me, I've had moments where I was concerned about the state of my business, and where it's headed and what it will look like on the other side. I think any entrepreneur would think that way, especially those in hospitality. So I have a few tips that I would like to share from my experience during this crazy time, especially since that I started my business at the beginning of the 2008 recession. And by the way, most of these tips you've probably already heard before, because there's lots and lots of people out there that are providing advice and resources and things like that, which is amazing. So I mean, feel free to skip ahead if you've heard this before and you don't want to hear it again. I won't be offended. If you are a bride and you are considering postponement and postponing your wedding, I think the first most important thing is not to panic. Yes, this is an event with a lot on the line. Invitations may have already went out or not, which is probably in your benefit. People have booked travel to come, a lot of money on the line, all eyes are on you guys, but panicking is just not going to help the situation. You should contact your vendors as soon as possible, and I don't mean just your venue. I mean everybody. So your photographer, your videographer, your makeup artist, your decor person, your floral person. They all deserve to know if you are even considering postponing. Running a business is damn hard, yo. For some of us, it's not as easy to just pluck a wedding date and place it into another spot on the calendar without considering a whole bunch of factors and being like, it's done. Just out of respect and consideration for them, I think that, and of all the planning involved, you just might want to give them a heads up at least that you're even considering that. And especially since you want to retain the same team. I think my second tip would be to multitask. I can't stress this enough. Guys, you're probably not the only ones postponing. So if you actually decide to pull the trigger on this, working efficiently would be in your favor. For appropriate dates, you need to consult your priest, or you have to consult your parents, or whoever else is paying for the wedding maybe. Aside from your venue, it's best to get all of your vendors on the same page as soon as possible. So that means that you should be consulting them simultaneously. Like, don't do it one after another. One person said that this date is great, and then all of a sudden another very important vendor is not available, and then you have to go back and do it all over again and reconsult the parents and reconsult whoever. It's just not the best use of your time to go one by one and in a linear fashion. You're going to face a whole bunch of policies and procedures and contract clauses and different options for rebooking or canceling. Some vendors might be asking for another installment before the new date. Some of them might not be. Some of them may transfer your deposit without penalty. Some may give you a cutoff time of when you can rebook until. And even before you fully decide to postpone, you should look over these clauses to make sure in your contracts and ask about the parameters and the payment structure so that there's no surprises when you actually make that decision. And lastly, lean on your planners. Problem solving is in our job description. This is what we live for. We may not have experience in this specific situation. We might not have experienced anything to this level before, but I can assure you, we will know how to maneuver and navigate this. If you have a planner, this is the time to call them up and ask for help if you feel like you need it. And if you don't have a planner, look for people, professionals, and look around for planners that will do a free problem-solving consult for you, i.e. me. I will do that. So there you have it, a couple tips to kind of keep your cool and be reassured that everything is going to be fine. And if that didn't convince you, here's a final thought. Weddings are celebrations that are inevitable. There's no stopping them. They may be put on pause. They may have reduced budgets. They may take a different turn or not be plan A or B or C all the way to G, but they will happen. Even if the world was going to end, somehow, somewhere, there will be somebody popping a champagne bottle, and there will be a gathering of people, watching you sign some paperwork and professing your love in front of them. When I first started Envision Weddings, I had very little money and very little experience. And somehow I still managed to weasel my way into this beautiful, amazing industry. And it was able to feed my family and I all these years. It wasn't without a lot of trial and error or hardships and failures. There were years where there were more weddings than others. There were years where I wanted to give up, but you guys wouldn't let me. So what I'm trying to say is that we're all in this together, and we're all trying to navigate this new norm. And in the meantime, I'm gonna drop some nuggets, video styles, for all of you, because quite frankly, what the hell else am I going to be doing during this time? Sleep? Read? No, I'm kidding. I actually have been reading a little bit more, and I really enjoy sleeping in. Thanks for tuning in. Until next time, I'll see you soon.